Hello, grade 6. How are you today? Before we start, I want you to open your language books, page 113. Today, we have a spelling lesson. In the spelling lesson, we are going to talk about the suffix able. Can you see it? Able. Okay, let's start. Some adjectives in the suffix able. So we know that the suffix is the letters that comes at the end of the word, or we add them to a word. So this suffix make the words adjectives. When you see this suffix, you can say that this word is an adjective. Let's see this example. The captain knew they were in terrible trouble. The captain knew they were in terrible trouble. We said that in terrible, which means very bad. This is terrible, able. So this is the suffix able means what? What with the terrible? It makes an adjective. This becomes an adjective, and it means very bad. Okay, you have to learn these words so you do not confuse them with able endings, because we have some adjectives ending in the suffix able and some adjectives ending in the suffix able. Okay, let's see exercise 1. Add able to each of these to make adjectives. Read the adjectives you have made. So we are going to add the suffix able to each word. Number 1 is when we add able like this, it becomes what? It becomes horrible. It's horrible. Number 2, when we add the suffix, what does it become? Credible. Number 3, when we add the suffix, it becomes what? Visible. 4, it becomes possible. And 5, it becomes responsible. And 6, it becomes what? Sensible. 7 becomes legible. 8 becomes audible. 9 becomes edible. And 10 becomes accessible. So these are the adjectives that we are going to learn in our lesson today. Now, let's see these questions. Exercise 2 says, discuss which able adjective in activity 1 means these meanings. So, we are going to read each meaning and we want to find the suitable word or the meaning of these sentences. Let's start. Able to be heard. Able to be heard. Which word or which adjective means able to be heard? Which one? Is it horrible, visible, responsible, legible, edible, credible, possible, sensible, audible? It's audible. It's what? It's audible. So I want you to write just the number of the word. It's 8. So 8 is audible. Audible means able to be heard. Able to be heard. Next one, 2. Able to be seen. Which word from these means able to be seen? Which one? Yes, it's visible. So we should write number 3. It's visible. Number 3. able to be believed. Which one? Is it horrible? Credible? Yes, it's credible. Credible means able to be believed. So we write number 2. Number 4, writing which is easy to read. The writing which is easy to read, we called it what? We called it legible. What do we call it? Legible. So we write number 7 here. We write number 7. Okay, let's continue. Able to be eaten. Which word means able to be eaten from these words? The word is edible. Can you see it? It's edible. Edible means able to be eaten. So we write number 9. Number 6 now. Easy to reach or get into. What's the word that means this? Easy to reach or get into? It's number 10, accessible. So we write here number 10. It's what? It's accessible. Let's continue. 7, able to be trusted. Able to be trusted. Which word? Which word means this? Yes, it's responsible. So we should write number 5. Let's continue. 8, able to be done or to happen. Able to be done or to happen. It's what? It's the word possible. So we write number 4 here. Now, number 9, causing horror. Causing horror. Which word means that something causing horror? Which adjective? Yes, it's the first one. It's horrible. What is it? It's horrible. Excellent. Or you can write horrible, or you can just write number 1. Okay, let's continue. Showing wisdom or common sense. Showing wisdom or common sense. Which word means showing wisdom or common sense? It's the word sensible. So we write number 6 beside the meaning. So these are the adjectives that we add able, the suffix able to them. They become adjectives, and these are the meanings of these adjectives, as you can see here. Together now, we are going to do the practice book exercises, page 107. We have the spelling exercises. What's the box says? Remember, some adjectives end in able, like a terrible storm. Let's see exercise 1. Exercise 1 says, match each able adjective with its opposite. What's the meaning of the word opposite? For example, if I told you, what is the opposite of the word good? What is the opposite of the adjective good? You say bad. So they are opposites. They have the opposite meaning. They don't have the same meaning. They have the opposite meaning. So some adjectives, when we want to make the opposite of these adjectives, we add prefixes. We add prefixes. And what is a prefix? Prefix is the letters that comes at the beginning of the word, and it changes the meaning or the type of speech. And here we have, for example, N. Here we have L, N, R. So we are going to know these adjectives and their opposites. What are the prefixes that we add to make the opposite of these words? Let's start. Number 1, it's visible. Visible. What is the opposite of these words from here? You can see, what is it? Inedible or illegible, invisible or irresponsible? Visible, so it's invisible. So just add the letter C beside the word. Responsible. Which word is the opposite of responsible? It's irresponsible. So we write the letter D beside the word. We have legible. Which word is the negative of the word legible? It's illegible. We add the prefix EL to make the negative. So we write here the letter B. Edible. What is the word that gives us the negative, or sorry, the opposite of the word edible? It's what? Edible. It's inedible. Inedible. So we write letter A. Let's see the next words. 5. Credible. We have the word 5. It's credible. Which one is the opposite? It's what? It's incredible. So this is the word credible, incredible. So we write letter G. Number 6. Possible. Possible and impossible is the opposite. So we write letter H. Audible. Audible. Which one is the opposite? It's inaudible. So we write letter F. The last one is number 8. Accessible. Accessible. It's inaccessible. Inaccessible. So we write letter E. Now let's see exercise 2. Exercise 2 says complete each sentence with able adjectives. Number 1. Something. What can be seen? Something. We said that something that can be seen. We say what? Which word? Yes, it's visible. So we should write the word visible. Visible. Number 2. Something cannot be seen. So what's the opposite of the word visible? It's here, invisible. So we write invisible. Number 3. Someone who is what can be trusted. Someone who can be trusted, we say that he is responsible. So we write the word responsible. Someone whose what cannot be trusted. It's the opposite of the word responsible. What's the opposite of the word responsible? It's irresponsible. So we should write here irresponsible. Like this. Okay, number 5. Handwriting, which is easy to read, is what? We call it what? The handwriting that can be read, it's legible. Legible. So we write here the word legible. Let's continue. Handwriting, which is not easy to read, is, so it's the opposite of the word legible. What is it? It's illegible. It's the word illegible. Number 7. Something can be eaten. Which word? It's edible. So we write the word edible. Edible means something can be eaten. Something cannot be eaten. It's the opposite of the word edible. What is it? It's inedible. So we write inedible like this. Now, number 9. Something is believable. Something is believable. Which word? It's credible. So we write here the word credible like this. Now, something is not believable. It's the opposite of the word credible, and it's what? It's incredible. So I should write incredible like this. Number 11. Something which could happen is what? It's which word? It's possible. So we should write the word possible here. And something which could not happen is the opposite of the word possible is impossible. So we should write the word here, impossible. Number 13. Something can be heard. Something can be heard is what? It's the word audible. So we should write the word audible here. 14. Something cannot be heard. It's the opposite. It's the opposite of the word audible. It's the word, which one? Let's see, let's find it. It's the word inaudible. So we write inaudible. Now let's see for 15. Something can be reached. It's what? It's the word accessible. So we should write the word accessible here. It's accessible. And something cannot be reached. It's the opposite of the word accessible. And what's the opposite of the word accessible? It's inaccessible. So we should write inaccessible. This is our lesson for today. Please, grade 6, write these answers in your books and send them to me, please. Have a nice day.